Okay, dear students, in previous lecture we have studied in surface chemistry the following topics: terminology like adsorbate, adsorbent, adsorption, types of adsorption, physical, chemical, catalysis, homogeneous. Yesterday lecture we studied the catalysis, its types: homogeneous, heterogeneous, promoters, poisons, what are promoters, characteristic of a catalyst, what should be, adsorption mechanism, that how you will explain that how adsorption is explaining that catalyst is actually working. So these topics we have completed so far in the catalyst. So catalysis still have some important topics we need to discuss further. Okay, so we are starting the catalysis again in this lecture. The topic is our today is zeolites. Okay, zeolites are also known as shape selective catalyst. Shape selective catalysts. Okay, why? Because they have some size. They depend on the size. They act as a catalyst, and adsorption mechanism is by on adsorption theory. Its mechanism is explained. Its whole principle is based on the adsorption mechanism that we have discussed. Okay, what is zeolites actually? They are like honeycomb structure. Honeycomb structure. Their structure is like honeycomb, and these pores inside that, these are pores. Okay, these are also known as sieve. Okay, these are also known as sieve. So your reactant particularly adsorb in these sieves or pores. Okay, so that's why zeolites mean to say depends upon, or its activity depends on size of pores, size of reactants. Both things are needed. Okay, particular kind of reactants whose size is comparable to pores, they only will get absorbed on the surface, and only for those these zeolites can act as a catalyst. Okay, like for example, in your book example is given a catalyst or a zeolite is known as ZSM5. This is coding particularly that zeolite sieve of size 5. Okay, it's a coding which represent the size of these pores. ZSM5 catalyst is used in petrochemical industries. To break down petroleum, when you use petroleum and ZSM5 as a catalyst, okay, it directly converts it into gasoline, all product, or you can say petrol, a mixture. Collectively we can say mixture of hydrocarbons. Okay, you know the fuels you are using like LPG, gasoline, petrol, diesel, they all made up of petroleum. So when we use ZSM5, these products we get. That's why we are saying that by petroleum fractional distillation, by using ZSM5 as a catalyst, a mixture of hydrocarbons will get obtained, first thing. Okay, so this is an example particularly that how zeolites are acting as a catalyst. Okay, now what is ZSM5 actually, or any other zeolites? They are actually alumino oxide silicate structure. Okay, alumino silicates, it is termed as alumino silicates structure. And structure you already know, they attain the structure like a honeycomb, and whose pores are the main features that for which kind of reactant they will act as a catalyst. So collectively you can say that zeolites are shape selective catalyst whose activity depends on the size of pores and size of the reactants. Okay, that will be the definition for the zeolites. For example, you will tell ZSM5 that it can be used as in the petroleum chemical industries for fractional distillation of petroleum at fast rate to convert them in different hydrocarbons. Okay, and they are network of aluminosilicates particularly. So that is all about the zeolites. Okay, the next topic we have to discuss in this is enzyme as a catalyst. Okay, in the previous lecture also I have told you, now I am again telling you that two mechanisms are involved. Two mechanisms for catalyst involved. One is on adsorption basis and other one is key and lock. This is important, both one. Okay, because they are repeated again in a different chapter as well. Okay, not in only in this chapter you will going to get this topic, in different chapters also you will get this. So these two topics are important particularly. First we will study how he is explaining as a enzyme as a catalyst. So enzyme is present within the body of animals, plants, okay, or you can say body of living beings, and they do the necessary actions particularly or acting as a catalyst. That's why they are known as biochemical catalyst. Biochemical catalyst, because they exist within the living bodies. That's why we are calling them biochemical catalyst. So like for example, if you talk about like cane sugar is C12H22O11. C12H22O11. This is the formula for cane sugar. This molecule is activated by invertase. Invertase is an enzyme, okay, which act as a catalyst and which break down it into two molecules. One with glucose and other one is, chemical formula will the same, but the structure is different for both. One is glucose, another one is fructose. Okay, so invertase enzyme act on that. Now if you talk about some other thing, like talk about maltose, or you see the starch, from where you are getting the maltose? From the starch. And if you go for the formula for starch, that is also have the same formula, C12H22O11. So that's why we are saying that their structure is different. When maltase enzyme act it as, it will get converted into two particular molecules of maltose. I am again telling you, they have different chemical formulas, same chemical formulas but different structure. But you see that on this molecule only maltase can act. No other enzyme can work on this one. Okay. In case of the cane sugar, only invertase enzyme can act. So that's why enzymes are quite highly specific in nature. Okay. They work on a particular kind of molecules. On other molecules they will not work particularly. So that's why we are also discussing the characteristic of enzymes particularly, that what are the different characteristics of enzyme as catalyst. First thing, highly specific in nature. They are highly specific in nature. Mean to say a particular kind of enzyme can act on a particular kind of substrate or reactant to enhance its speed for the further doing reaction. Okay, so they are highly specific in nature particularly. Next, highly efficient. Highly efficient mean to say small amount only. Small amount is capable to perform the whole reaction. So that's why we are saying that they are highly efficient. Depends on temperature, or you can say activity. Their activity depends on optimum temperature. Mean to say need some particular temperature. in that temperature range they can act as a catalyst. Otherwise the temperature range varies from that particular section, enzyme activity will get compromised. Next, optimum pH they needed. Mean to say pH. What is pH particularly you very well know, acidic concentration, how much present at that time. That is also of importance. If your pH get changed, at that time enzyme activity also get compromised particularly. Okay. Next characteristic about it, they also have some promoters and poisons. Mean to say their activity also can be by some few things, their activity can be enhanced, and by some elements are also present which reduce the activity of the enzymes particularly. Like for promoters, sodium ions, calcium ions, potassium ions, these act as a promoters. Mean to say these ions if available, they will further enhance the activity of enzymes. Okay, so these are the specific characteristics for enzymes. So I am again telling you that for enzymes you have to define that enzymes are the biochemical catalysts within the living beings perform necessary functions or helping in metabological activities. Okay, then you have to explain particular example like maltase, invertase. One example at least you have to do for the example. Okay. The next thing is about the characteristic or features of the enzyme. So they are highly specific in nature, highly efficient, optimum temperature needed, optimum pH needed, promoters and poisons also, it's enhance or also reduce the activity of enzymes particularly. Okay. Next thing which is quite important is mechanism. I have told you again and again, two mechanisms are involved particularly which explain that how a catalyst works. So the enzyme catalyst mechanism is based on the key and lock mechanism. Mean to say, suppose make a structure like a key. This is a key particularly. Okay, we are using. This is a key. So this key is termed as your enzyme. Okay, this key is your particular enzyme. Now we have to draw the substrate particularly. This is your substrate, mean to say reactant. Mean to say reactant. Okay, enzyme will acting as a catalyst. It will be known as key and the substrate will be known as lock. So now in the first step you will show the key and lock separately. Okay, in the next step you will show in a combined manner. Mean to say first you draw the substrate in the same manner. Okay, now fit enzyme or key in its. So this key particularly yours get attached or enzyme get attached to substrate. For E enzyme, S for substrate I might. So this is the second step. They get combined. Mean to say enzyme is working on the substrate. In the last step you will show that enzyme will remain as it is. Okay, or your key particularly get separated, but your substrates will get converted into product. Mean to say your substrate particularly become in two parts. This is your substrate, or you can say both are your product. First this substrate is reactant. After working on the enzyme on the substrate, it gets converted into desired product. So our enzyme in the whole process act as a key, and your substrate is acting as a reactant, which will get converted finally into product, and where we are giving it the position of a lock. That's why the whole mechanism is known as key and lock mechanism. So that is all about that how will you explain the mechanism of key and log for explaining action, how enzyme is working on. So three figures are necessary to show you. First, key and log separately, or you can say enzyme and substrate, then in the engaged form, and in the last step you will show the enzyme separately and your product separately on the substrate particularly, which get converted, okay, from reactant to product. So that's how enzyme works. So this is total about the catalysis. This whole concept is of catalysis. I am again repeating the important topics from the catalysis. That's its types. Two types we had did, homo, hetero. Okay. Next important topic we did, its mechanism on adsorption mechanism. Adsorption mechanism. Promoters, poisons. You must know the example for each case. For promoters, you know that in case of the ammonia manufacturing, molybdenum is acting as a promoters. In the same zeolites, we studied that carbon is acting as a poison. Okay. Next important topic we did in this particularly is characteristic of catalyst. That they are highly specific in nature, activity, depends on the promoters and poisons, and highly specific to the product also. Okay, like with copper we form the methanol, while with the nickel we form the carbon dioxide and water. So, and the next topic after that is zeolites, we will discuss today. After that we will discuss enzyme, and at last is mechanism, that you can say key and log mechanism. Key and log mechanism, I am again repeating you will see in different chapters, so it's an important one particularly. Now today your homework, so first thing, read particularly, read up to the topic. Okay. Second, sort out 10 questions. Okay, 10 question answer in your rough notebook. Okay, thank you.